welcome everybody to another edition of Unexplained Cases Medium. You've got Rick Garner along with Maryam the Medium.
Maryam the Medium.
See, now I could just pause because I think we got on this like you didn't want to have yourself introduced, but now you just introduced yourself. So I mean, which is it?
Well, no, we started with you always introducing me, and I got spoiled, and then I got mad when you made me introduce myself, and then I was like, I guess I have to grow up.
Oh, did you stomp your medium foot? Is that what happened?
That was my hand. That was my hand on my leg. I mean, it was a stomp just with my hand, I guess.
Nice. We've got a jam-packed show today. I think you have a story that you're going to be sharing here shortly. We've got live pick a card. We have animal communication with our very own Darren Dedo. He'll be joining us. But then also Malia Miglino, a friend of ours.
Love Malia.
A bit of a follow-up, basically, from some craziness that's going on in her life. So all kinds of fun that's coming up.
And for those of you that weren't with me earlier, 12:30 live. Now I'm going to have all four set up. I'm going to have YouTube, Insta, TikTok, and Facebook. 12:30 to, about 1-ish or so. Manifestation. I'm giving you homework. That'll inspire people to come, right? We were talking all about manifestation, the power of it, why it works, why it doesn't, how all those things. And then we have an assignment we're all going to do together between now and 2021 to get us to where we want to be. And of course, manifestation doesn't stop January 1. It's going to, take time. So anyway, every Sunday, meet me there. It's really actually pretty fun.
Awesome. And need to say hello. Let's see. We've got who's all floating around in our chat. We got James, we got Amy, we got Aaron, Kathy, Susan, Brian. So several familiar faces I'm seeing saying hello. Hello to everybody. Welcome to the show. But I guess we should probably get things rolling. And
okay,
you had a story that you were going to share.
Yeah, I've been thinking about sharing some personal life stuff as it happens organically, because yesterday was just a shit show of a day. But I can't talk about all of yesterday now. But there's one situation in particular that happened that I was like, I got to share with everybody because it's a lesson for all of us. So I take Oliver, my dog, for a walk yesterday. Oliver is not the blind and deaf one. We've had him for about 1.5 years. And he has leash aggression. So whenever you pass a dog, he loses his stuff. And so I've been working with him. Trainer Cora was helping me, and we got the sit, the stay. We have all this stuff down. And just so you know, a little sidebar, when I walk my dogs, it's no phone. I'm in tennis shoes. I'm super focused. It's all about them so that we keep that energy balanced, right? So Cora Trainer gave me, she said, okay, is this happening? Is that happening? Do this, do that. Okay. But as time has gone on, he's gotten better and better, but his leash aggression is still there. So, you do the usual thing like most people do with their dogs. You see someone coming, you cross the street, because you just don't want to deal. But I've been trying to work specifically on this. So we're going down the street, and up ahead, I see this guy coming with his dog. And I stopped and was like, okay, I could turn left here, cut the walk short, but I don't want to. I want to keep going. So I was like, okay, we're going to get ready. I put him in his position, sit, stay, look, all those things, does great, which he always does before the dog goes. And I put him on my left, and I'm like, we're going to walk straight through. We're going to stay focused. Even if he goes aggro, I'll just keep walking. Stay balanced. So that didn't happen. Not only he lost his shit, which I knew he would, I start to fall. I must have tripped over him. I honestly don't even know where it started. But it was one of those falls that, first of all, if my mom's watching, she's going to be laughing by the end of this. She loves when people fall, even her own kids. It's one of those falls where there's like a trip and you're trying to catch yourself, and then you try to catch yourself. I swear to God, that went on for so long that I literally said in my head, oh my God, fall already. What is happening? I finally hit the pavement, just hard. So hard that I was like, for a minute, I was like, I didn't hit my head, but I was like, what the? Oliver still losing shit. He's still going off on this dog. And at this point, I'm lying down holding him. I don't know that that's a training technique. The guy never kept walking. He stood there and watched the entire thing, knowing his dog was why my dog was going aggro. He stood there, watched the whole thing, didn't ask if I was okay, didn't ask if I needed help, just stood there. And I looked at him when I finally came to and was like, can you keep walking so I can stand up with my dog? I was like, what is happening? Okay, so of course the first thing I just called my husband because I need that dose of sympathy first. First, I have to get the sympathy, and then I have to go into the why. I have to start to understand what's going on here. There's a lesson here. So I get my dose of sympathy, and of course, Bruce is like, "You do everything right. That never. Sometimes things just happen." Okay, you don't say that to me. We're co-creators with the universe. Here comes the lesson. We're 50-50. Yes, there's things that happen that are out of our control. Yes, sometimes things feel like they just happen. This didn't just happen. So I got off the phone with him and I continued the walk. I stopped for a minute, gathered both of us so our energy was calm. I found my stillness, I found my center. I continued the walk, but I tapped in and asked why. My body's in pain. My whole right side is just inflamed, right? This happens for a reason. When our physical bodies get hurt, we get in accidents or we're sick, you're being asked to see, notice, hear something, change something. So it came to me, and I didn't do all kinds of research and thinking. I allowed the stillness to overcome me, and it came to me. That stillness comes from your daily practice. There's my little pitch for your meditation. I didn't do everything I'm supposed to do. Like Bruce is always so supportive, right? I knew that wasn't true. What did I do? Well, in the very beginning, trainer Cora said, is he walking in front of you? Do you allow him to walk out in front of you? Yes. Okay, you can't do that. Well, I didn't want to change that. I don't know why. I just didn't want to. I did everything else. I didn't want to change that. And between when that was told to me, maybe a year or so ago to yesterday, many times that would wash through me. He's walking in front of you, and I would ignore it. I created that crazy. I allowed him to lead and then be in charge and bark and do all the stuff that he does. So, let me start over. Everyone wants their life to be different. I wanted Oliver to be different. I wanted him to behave different, but I wasn't willing to change. There's a big difference between being willing to change who you are and simply say, I want a different life, or I want my life to change. You have to want to change. You have to want to be different, which means you will lose friends. You will gain friends. You will lose work. You will get work. You might lose family members, gain family members. I don't know, but you have to be willing to change. I wasn't willing to change. And that's why that happened. Not because it just happened. I share that with you, and I put that there's a post I'll be putting up tomorrow for Motivational Monday on that. Do you want your life to be different? Okay, but ask yourself, are you willing to change for your life to be different? Change is uncomfortable. Change requires courage. And change means you may not recognize yourself right away, and others may not like you anymore. I'll leave it there. Pick a card.
Indeed.
How hard were you laughing at my fall, though?
Well, you know, the slow motion, I was kind of envisioning that whole, because it's funny how people say things happen in slow motion. So I could imagine it felt that way, especially when it's like, fall already, you know.
My personality, right, is like, I don't get scared. I just go, come on, do it. Like, if you're gonna fall, now.
Right. But the as far as the lesson though, the only thing that I wanted to tack on was just the idea that I think that that is such an example though of something that needs to be done and you're not doing it. And that sounds really boiled down basically, but that's really what it is. It's like
It is.
there's one simple thing, like in that case you knew where he was supposed to be and walking, there's a reason for that, but no you weren't. Or you're supposed to be eating this or not eating this and you do it anyway basically. Or you should have this exercise routine or whatever, fill in the blank. You know it, but you choose not to do it.
And are you conscious enough to see the results of every time you don't do it? And we aren't always conscious enough of the results because the results garner something we're really comfortable with: sadness, pain, eating our emotions, not feeling worthy. That is more comfortable for us than falling on the cement, splattering, and getting up and going, I guess I need to fix something about me, you know? And those things that we need to change aren't always in front of our face. It's usually the more we talk about something, the less connected we are to it, because this answer just floated through me intuitively. That's not because I'm psychic. That's anyone and everyone has that. It's your daily meditation practice brings you that, so I didn't have to go back and spend 20 minutes going, okay, why, what, how, when. It was like, I just got to find stillness and then I'll get my ass kicked from spirit.
And don't we all need that every once in a while?
All right, here we go. Close your eyes. So for those of you that are new, the technique we're going to go through right now is just connecting to our intuition. Expand the belly. Let that belly pull in and expand out on the breath. We're not tightening the belly. We're relaxing the shoulders. We're closing the eyes. We're sitting, even standing, not driving. And we're focusing on the breath. Okay, so we're going to inhale, really lengthen the inhale. Exhale, really lengthen the exhale. Again, really inhale deep, lengthen. Exhale. Again, inhale. Feel the belly. Exhale. Again, inhale. Hold it at the top. Exhale. Hold it at the bottom. Allow your breath to come to normal pace, allowing it to move as it wants to move. We're no longer forcing the inhale and exhale. Just be here for 3 breaths. Feel yourself rooted to the earth. Like a tree running through the center of you, you're grounded and rooted, running deep to the center of the earth. 1 more breath. All right, here we go. Pick a card. Let me shuffle, find you guys cards first. Actually, I'm being told something different. Okay. Card 1, card 2, card 3, card 1, card 2, card 3. All right. Card one, deck one, actually, I'm not pulling a specific card for you. This time I'm using an actual full deck for each one. So let me see what we've got for deck one. Pregnancy. So that is obvious pregnancy or manifestation. You must be coming Sunday, 12:30. Rebirth, pregnancy, manifestation, ideas. You guys have ideas that are showing me like a assembly line, putting things together, putting the idea on the assembly line, sending it off, wait for it to come back. What's next? What does this look like? Assembly line can be, you know, if it's specifically manufacturing for some of you, but it can also be symbolic, more so. Science. Who out there is involved in science? Doesn't have to be not literal science, but I mean book science, right? Maybe it's paranormal, spirituality, or it could actually be science. And there's some of you that are on a vision quest, I'm being told. And sometimes these vision quests happen and we don't realize they happen. Kind of like the vision quest I had yesterday, splattering on the cement. Didn't know that I was about to be woken up to something. And there's more to that story personally, of lessons learned. But for you guys, kind of the same ideas. You may not be aware you're on a journey until you fall and then you go, whoa, what just happened? Or until that journey ends. Doesn't have to end painfully. That journey might end with something beautiful at the end, but you're on a journey to a specific outcome. Vision quest is what was told first. So there's this obvious combination. You guys need to combine the logic and the intuition, science and the spirituality, manufacturing, work, content, creation, product, and then it's that experience is combined into your purpose. And so those of you that are on this vision quest journey, it's a combination of physical life, business, if for lack of terms, combined with why you are here. Now, let me give you 2 examples. One is someone may find that their business is actually failing, closing. That's great. That's part of your vision quest. The two are working together. You see what I'm trying to say? And for some of you, you're building, you're starting over, you're starting new, you're pregnant with ideas. And again, this is combined with your purpose. My recommendation is you are fully conscious and aware of the combination of these two so that this can flourish to an incredible place and not just get stuck because you aren't incorporating spirituality with business. Okay? Do that, and this venture you're on is going to blossom and be pretty amazing. You don't do that and you'll get stuck. For some of you, if you're already stuck, if you're feeling like I did all that, I felt like that was happening and now I'm stuck, it's because you haven't incorporated the spiritual aspect of it. You only looked at it from one perspective. Incorporate both. January is when things are going to show you something different, something new. This vision quest that you guys are on, though, please connect to it. Please don't let it do what it did to me, right? You can control those things. You can consciously make choices. And when I say conscious, I don't mean okay, do I do this? Do I do that? No, I mean, when you're conscious, it's because you have a daily practice that allows you to feel and see everything, past, future, present. Does that make sense? Card 2. Endings. Endings for card 2. Closure. Endings. These are things that are ending that you wanted to end. You were done with. Happy endings with a little twist of happy, but it hurts. I get it, but it hurts. These are endings that, if you don't see, are going to take over. Be conscious of what's going on around you. Notice those that are not, that don't have your best interest. For some of you, there's a female energy that really does not have your best interest. And it's not that they are against you. It's that they just don't see what you see, and they just don't see that path. But there's work to still be done with this person. Card 2, your endings are emotional. Your endings are about letting go of parts of you that you should have let go of a long time ago. You know better. You just don't want to because it's comfortable. And it's stop it. You just, why are you doing that to yourself? Why are you doing that? March, April of next year, if you allow these endings to take place, if you allow yourself to see what's supposed to be done and finish, if you allow yourself to, in a sense, move on, March, April is when you'll see some good change, opportunity. Card 3, deck 3, sorry. Ideas, hopefulness, destruction, ideas, allowing yourself to be vulnerable, allowing yourself to put ideas out there or put thought processes or concepts or beliefs out there to those around you, which will put you in a vulnerable position, which will put you in a vulnerable position, but will make it clear to those around you who you are now. Vulnerability is going to be imperative for you because these ideas you have can only manifest when you are showing your true self, when you are showing you. And that you is nothing like who you are right now. That you is someone that's been sitting in there that only you know about and you haven't shared really with anybody. And if in order to make these ideas floating around work, you have to show who you really are. And if it's not that clear who you really are, then you need to get into meditation because you have been hiding. Okay.
So it's time to move on to the doggies, sometimes the kitties, but today we have the pleasure of it involving our anchor and lead reporter. We got a Dedo in the house.
Yeah, early tonight, huh? Or afternoon, or whatever
Darren.
time it is. That daylight savings time thing has screwed me up totally.
See, I forget. Like, you're no longer in Miriam's time zone.
No, exactly. Phoenix, Arizona, we don't observe it. So, yeah, we're an hour ahead. So that was fascinating.
Oh.
Very interesting.
What?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, you falling on your face was interesting. You know.
That's always great.
No,
Bonus.
well, my little doggies, which we'll see in a second, they're not quite strong enough. They do like to pull a little bit. Well, I can hear them yelling right now. So, oh, great. Okay. You guys hear that?
Yes.
Oh, no.
See,
Okay. I apologize for that.
No.
Oh, my God. They probably heard.
No, Darren, you missed the episode where I bitched at Rick because his family members were making food for themselves, but yet his dog in the next episode was barking like incessantly. And I was like, oh, it's so cute. Look who's barking. So dogs want to bark, humans, knock it off.
Just see what I deal with? Every week, this is what I deal with.
I know. Well, she's in the zone right now. You know, of course, they get a little different, you know, when we do the remote viewing, when we have our guest on Unexplained Cases live. But yeah, it was pretty interesting. You know, it's and catch the show, obviously. And it's a little different actually waiting in the green room, though.
Right.
Oh, that's true.
Yes.
You're never in the green room.
No, not for this. Well, that and watch. I love the comments too. You know, lots of great questions, and you know, people want to know information. But yes, I would like to know about my dog because the family feels like had a past life. I mean, it's just like it's like a human inside of a dog's body. It's just, you know, you've seen some of the pictures in the video.
Mm-hmm.
It's so and you know pets quite well with rescues. Do dogs do this? I mean, I know we'll talk about it in a second. It just seems so unusual.
It does. I'm sure there's dogs out there that I'm sure someone on the planet has a similar story, but I've never seen it. I mean, there's all these pictures are like this dog is just look at him. Oh
just
my
like,
God.
Loves paranormal shows. This was Destination Fear that we were. Oh, actually, yeah, I think that was the other night we were doing that. Loves the Weather Channel and sports. And used to watch Walking Dead quite a bit too. And just like, look at the dog. It's so interesting. And the one really interesting thing about the dog is Pico will be in like the other room. I'll have the TV on, but he's able to anticipate before the dog comes up on the TV. So there's, you know what I mean? He knows that it's coming and he'll come sprinting around the corner and then be perfectly timed when the dog pops up on the screen.
Oh my gosh.
Does not hear the dog, but senses the dog is going to be there on the TV and comes running out to see it.
Okay, that's a trip. Okay, I got to get inside this guy's little head. Hold on. I'm just kind of flipping around the photos. You guys enjoy the video and photos. They're so funny. So, he doesn't. Darren, did you ever send me anything of your other dog?
Well, actually, he is in the middle of this. You'll see him. He's the one that's on the like the lounge kind of seat that we have. You'll see him coming up in a second. That's
name?
Pico. Maki.
Okay, that's okay.
So that's Pico. Just look for the dog. Maki's just like whatever, dude. Just kind of does his own thing. But it's like Pico's like
yeah. So
Pico's like, look, don't bother me. I'm watching a show right now. I'll get back to it.
So Pico has, just let me know. Okay, so stop me when Maki comes on the screen, okay?
Okay, will do.
So Pico has this, hold on. Oh my God. Pico actually communicates with birds.
Oh, okay.
Has been human. It's not that often that people don't just like flip-flop animal to human to animal. Not typically, but there's a spiritual understanding that we start out as mineral, we go to plant, insect, animal, human. But it's not unheard of to kind of go back to different places for different reasons, depending on where you are in your development. The thing with Pico is, I think I said he wasn't human before. Hold on, I'm getting mixed messages because I'm being shown him going human in his next life for sure. And I'm getting that confused on if he was human before. Oh my God, that picture, that video is too much. There's this innocence to Pico, this lack of understanding his own intuition, this lack of meaning. He doesn't realize that he communicates with birds, that he communicates with the television. He doesn't realize that he can actually, he knows what you all feel. He gravitates towards humans because he can feel and communicate with them. He doesn't do that with other dogs. He doesn't do that with other cats. Don't know why yet, but he doesn't. He connects. There it is. Because he's okay. So he wasn't human, but has never been human. He's moving into human form next, and television is the way to do it.
Yeah, maybe he wants to be a TV star or something like that. I don't know.
No, he's moved. That's why he gravitates. I've never seen
there's the other one. So, actually, there was a shot.
It was too fast. Okay.
Yeah, it was too fast. It'll probably come up. I hate to interrupt you because I know you're going.
That's okay. He's moving into human. So I was saying I've never seen this before in an animal where I've been told so clearly now that he has moved from mineral, plant, insect, animal, and he's worked his way through the animal kingdom, and he's moving into a male. He's going to be moving into a male body, human body next. And he's already he's a trip. He doesn't understand.
Okay, there's the other one, Maryam. That's the other one. That's Maki.
There he is. Okay. Oh yeah, Maki doesn't give a shit. Yeah. Totally doesn't. Maki's gonna be an animal a couple more lifetimes.
I think so.
There's still a lot. Maki also gets irritated easily by others, doesn't really care about what others are feeling, just is kind of like, okay, just everyone chill, because otherwise it's too much. Whereas this Pico is a little bit more zen with his approach. He can handle crazy, and he gets it. They're saying that basically what we're experiencing is this evolution from animal to human, which starts early. It starts to process early. His gravitation towards humans doesn't gravitate towards animals, is not unusual. His ability to feel everything around him, psychic ability, not unusual. He doesn't see it as anything. Like when I was saying earlier, there's just this lack of awareness of how strong he is. And he's connected to anything human based, and that's why he's connected to the television, because he's connected to human interaction and things that humans create, and he understands dogs and his likeness, but that isn't really ultimately his connecting point. He says he actually runs to the TV when there's a dog there because he's trying to get your attention to realize his capability, his ability to do that. That's how smart he is.
Wow.
He works with the kids, he says. He works with your kids. Like he has this ability to he works with energy. He's able, so this is a dog that if someone's feeling bad, if it's for him to do, he will come in and manage the energy. But his
he's sort of calming if we're in a stressful situation.
Could be calming, but sometimes when animals work with energy, it's not necessarily to bring you down. It's just sometimes it's just to balance the energy out. But the reason why he watches TV is because of that. Because he's connected to anything human created, human made, or humans, because he's moving into that realm next. So there's this sense of awareness, curiosity, understanding. God, it would be cool if we could find out like when he transitions, that's fascinating. I've never seen that before.
I'd love to do it. It's so, we've had a lot of dogs, but no dog has ever behaved like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to sit there and literally be engaged with NASCAR. I mean, he'll watch like anything.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I see that. And I now it makes sense. That's where all that's coming from. So honestly, there isn't a need. I don't think you guys do this, but there isn't a need to force him to engage with other dogs or animals. That's just not his thing. Birds, he connects with birds psychically and intuitively. Let him just be around humans. Let him just enjoy his human experience in a dog's body, because that's what that's about. He's just getting ready to not saying he's getting ready to move on like he's going to die. I'm just saying when that time comes, that's what's up for him. That's what's up next.
So when something like that happens, and I mean, it's probably hard to predict, but when they move on, could they ever actually come back and connect with you? Or do they just go to, so they would, but they would remember, or they wouldn't, I mean, they would not know, right? I mean, once you,
I see what you're saying. Like,
yeah.
I see. That's a deep question. I
know, right?
If you look at it logically, if he reincarnates, he'll be an infant. So it would be like 20 years until there's no awareness, right? That's like a logical approach. Not saying that's true, but our animals either stay in the spirit form and are our guides, or they come back through in body. And I absolutely believe that even if they come back through in human body, that we reconnect again, because our souls and our spirits all work with familiar energies. Like we're your soul family, you don't go outside your soul family, but there is that soul family. So absolutely, there's people that are best friends that may have been other lifetimes. They were our pet and we were their parent. That's very real.
Yeah.
As silly as it sounds.
That was awesome. That was very good. I'll look at that in stereo.
Thank you.
That was cool. So I mean,
Thanks, Darren.
now, so when we get to hang out with them, we'll just, maybe I'll take them outside and talk to the birds this afternoon or something like that.
Give him a cigar.
Exactly. Yeah, he's got a thing of bourbon already downstairs. So kidding. Don't call.
I know.
Sitting there with the glass and a stogie. So that's I'm getting a mental picture here. It's great.
Exactly. Oh, that was awesome. Hey, thank you so much for
Darren.
doing that. Hanging out too, and I'll see you guys in a few hours.
Awesome. See you, Darren.
See you tonight.
And now we're just having all kinds of familiar people here, basically. So,
hello.
What's up, Malia?
That was amazing. I didn't ever think about communication with animals, and now I'm just like losing my mind because animals are my entire existence. So that was the coolest thing ever.
See, this is awesome. You get get to explore your story here for today, but you got the bonus of seeing what we do every week with.
That was awesome.
Thank you. That was fun. Okay, so tell us just a tiny bit about what's going on.
Well, it's interesting because last time I was on Unexplained Cases, you guys had the psychic artist who brought up this concept that just hit home so deeply of spirits attaching themselves to the females in my family, and she kind of threw around the word curse. And what's really interesting about that is on my mother's side, we come from a long line of like women having women having women having women, and horrible luck seems to have followed everybody. And so my whole life I kind of heard this like joke, oh, that's the case curse. And I never like delved into it. I've just always been kind of told like, oh yeah, basically expect bad luck. And so when she brought that up, it was crazy because every women in my family have suffered from horrible depression, like I said, bad luck, just kind of like never seeming to get ahead, even though they always seem to rise to the top. But that next step has never been able to be reached because just it really feels like extenuating circumstances are always getting in the way. And in my own life, I mean, I work very hard and I keep attempting a lot of things and I always seem to get right there and then something happens. And I've just kind of always brushed it off like, well, that's just life sometimes, but maybe there is more to it. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I was interested now when the word curse was used, and I don't use that word lightly. I don't believe that that happens as often as people think it happens. But obviously, when she said that, I felt something too, which is why I said we should look at this a little bit deeper. And as you were talking, there was this being that was coming into frame, this masculine being, that masculine energy that has been hovering over the family. It's like he's showing himself just bear with me for a minute. He's showing himself like a beast, like an animal, like not Bigfoot, but something that looks like a creature. Like he came in as a beast. And I don't know, I think that I'm feeling that more, it's metaphoric more than anything. For right now, we'll stick with that, because I'm trying to. So you've been on the show, the nighttime, the evening, I was like, it's live a couple times, and I remember on the first time you were on, we dealt with a being that was attached to you specifically. This is interesting because this presence is very real, and now where this is, okay. I might flip-flop here, so just kind of stick with me as I'm trying to make sense of the information. I want to right now say no on a curse, because you typically think curse, someone put that on you. This moment doesn't feel like anyone put this on you, but yet this entity was part of the family somehow and is choosing to continue to block that. It's like literally a black cloud over the family, and it's like a black cloud to where you're just like, you kind of say, you're going like this. You're like, oh, boom. What's that ceiling? That's weird. Why is there a ceiling there? And that's him. And this feels like it goes back. Oh, okay. It goes back centuries. You have Wiccan roots, deep Wiccan roots, deep. Okay. Hold on. I'm trying to deal with him and your people, what they're telling me. And there was they're sending me to a very specific time centuries ago where there was God, like he's still in beast mode. Why is he still in beast mode? Why is he not in human form? He was never in human form. This was a spell gone wrong. What the
Great.
Hold on. Don't worry, I'll get rid of him. And it's not my ego going, don't worry, I'll get rid of the curse for good. It's not a curse. It's just a dude. It's like that keeps showing himself like a beast. And it was a spell gone wrong. But see, this was centuries and centuries ago when witchcraft was accepted or not. Don't know yet. There was two 16-year-old girls doing what they weren't supposed to be doing. And I'm pointing at you for some reason because you may have had something to do with it. And they were told by their mother not to do that spell. And mom wouldn't tell them why, because she felt they weren't ready to know. She trusted they wouldn't do it. She was wrong. They did it. And what did it do? This is crazy. What? And then would you conjure something? Yes. Okay. Spells then were utilized to grow, produce rain, sun, healing, food. This was conjured. Girls were wanting to conjure an animal playmate. They were told not to do that, but rather to do something else, and they ignored it, and they created a spell to conjure a playmate that was an animal. And instead, what they got was this beast-like form. They went between planes, incorrectly creating a spell that moved into a dimension that they shouldn't have been in and weren't ready to go in. Okay, so it's almost like there's this sense of rewinding that playbook. Mom, your great grandmother was your mother then. You and a sister did this. And this beast has followed you since. Because Mom came in and said, I don't want you here. They didn't know what they were doing. They're vulnerable. Leave. And he said, no, they crossed this plane that they shouldn't have crossed. They crossed into this dimension that I've never been in myself, this dimension, this plane that at the time Mom had never been in either, didn't know and understand how to remove it, has always felt it following. Okay, help. How do we remove this? Call on my aliens, fairies. I'll be sent to the crazy place after this. Who else? Who else? Who else? How do you deal with this thing? And what is it? What is it? How do you deal with it? Hold on. I don't know. Oh. Okay. I've got support from alien life that's coming in. And I've got support from a specific group of fairies that are coming in. Oh, okay. Okay. I was a rabbit at one point. Oh, okay. You had a pet rabbit, which back centuries ago, pets were very different. They were wild animals that bonded with us, right?
That's so
and this
strange.
rabbit died. Eaten, killed, and the girls were devastated. And they wanted her back. They tried to bring her back. That's what you did.
So this is me and like a past life?
Yes. You with your sister and your mother, who at that time was a great grandmother. It's very specific, obviously. And your rabbit died, was killed. And you guys were devastated and said you wanted to create a spell to bring her back. And Mom was explaining why you can't do that. And you didn't listen. It's like kind of like the
entire
weird
life.
You what?
Forever.
You've been into rabbits?
I've been drawn to rabbits my entire life.
Oh,
Okay, like I used to
okay.
have a stuffed rabbit I carried with me everywhere.
Oh my God. That is so crazy. I'm so glad you validated that because this story is nuts. Okay. So as the aliens and fairies came in, the beast started to melt away. That's when they showed me the rabbit. Okay. So, hold on. The beast is gone. The rabbit's left. The rabbit is in spirit form. Hold on. And is saying, what is it? I know there's so much time and people want their questions answered after this. I know, I'm sorry guys, but this is important. The rabbit is there's something I'm missing. Hold on. What is it? The rabbit. What does it want? Clear the space, clear the family line. Remove me. Remove me. Okay. Okay. The rabbit is saying, remove me. Okay. Do I help? I come in, we do this. We are removing the rabbit. You have to mourn the rabbit.
Okay.
It's just saying, remove me. I cannot be a part of this family anymore. They need to let me go. Your mother may have been your sister in that lifetime.
Okay.
So there's a mourning process that you and your mother need to go through. Now, it probably, like, you can't just sit there and make yourself cry over a rabbit from lifetimes ago. This will probably manifest itself oddly. It may be something worked out in a dream. It may be something that maybe you see something on TV and all of a sudden you're bawling and you're like, why am I crying over that commercial? It's going to manifest itself. It might be manifest itself a little strangely. I'm removing this from your life. Okay. The rabbit understands. Okay. And is freed. Go. It wasn't a curse. It was this presence that was manifested and created. And here's the catch. You come from such a lineage of powerful witches, and they all don't use their power, and they haven't for lifetimes. And so no one knew or understood how to get rid of this, because as each lifetime progressed, they lost connection to the root, to who they are, to what their abilities are, to what they're capable of. They lost that connection. They became more and more socialized and like materialistic, and lost any connection to spirit and to their roots. That's why that being followed, because no one had the capability to get rid of it.
Wow.
You all have to remember where you come from. Research it, Google it, look it up, find your connection to that wicked line. Your mother has to do the same. And then you add that into your life. You add those rituals, spells, whatever that means for you. To me, I say daily practice. Whatever that is, buy a book on witchcraft. Read it. What resonates with you? Leave out what doesn't. Remember who you are. That's what you need to do. The rabbit's gone, the beast is gone, but you have got to master that connection. You both have to. But it's fun. Like I'm not saying that things won't happen in your life, because it happens in everyone's life, but you should no longer be experiencing that bump. Things are going to open up, but they keep pointing at you, connect, get those books now, order them online, start studying, integrate it into your life. They're really pointing their finger at you. God, they're really mad at your lineage for letting that go. Letting it go for so long.
Is there any, because I've always been interested in genealogy and I always hit dead ends with mine. Is there a direction that I can go to look for this lineage? Like, is there a country? Is there a region? Is there anywhere specific I can kind of start from?
Salem.
Okay.
You may not find it through anything through genealogy. This is going to be found through intuition, finding that book, reading that paragraph, or seeing that part, that's something in a movie, and you go, oh gosh, why is that making me feel like this? What's happening? But that beast is gone.
Thank you.
Out.
So basically, if I had a picture of Malia's face every time that she's been a guest, there is a consistent what the because they're mind-blowing moments, right?
Yeah.
Well, here's the funny thing, not to take up any more time, but when I was about 10 years old, I've always been drawn to Wicca and witchcraft. And my mom's always been intuitive to a point where it wasn't intuition anymore. Like, she just knew things. And there was a period of time where I was actively practicing when I was a kid. And this sounds so silly, but I used to go to this arcade by my house. And when I was actively practicing, every time I'd walk by a game, I would get free plays. Like, it would just, as if money was in it, I'd be able to play for hours in the arcade for free. And then a friend of mine who was became a born again Christian got really freaked out that I was doing this. And then just shamed me on such a deep level that I stopped because it freaked me out. I never got a free game again. It was one of the strangest things.
Wow. That's very specific. That's not coincidence, maybe. That's very specific. Make sure you text me whenever if you need anything. I mean, you have to do this research on your own, but if you want to go, hey, I found this. I can't feel my way through, because you gotta bring it back. And to have someone, whether it's me or anyone else, that believes in all the crazy stuff you're about to experience again, that's always important, so that you're not crazy.
Amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. That was fun.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. I didn't know if you had any already in the queue that we needed to.
Oh, yeah, and we can run a little bit over if you can.
Yes.
You, because I know we're hitting an hour already.
Not a problem.
Too much talking. All right.
Well, lots of important stuff. Deep stories.
Those two readings were crazy. Okay, so for today, we're doing. Let me start really quick with. I've got here Shane. I won't use his name, but this is Anne-Marie Bennett. Is my relationship going anywhere? Anne-Marie, your relationship. I know you emailed me a bunch of times. Okay, this guy is not in it as much as you think he is. He's not there, and he might be, but I feel like you've been waiting a while. And so my quick short answer to that is no, it's not going anywhere. He's just not willing to commit. And the sooner you get out, the sooner you'll meet someone better. It's not a good fit for you anyway, so he's doing you a favor. Will my ex-boyfriend Caleb and I get back together? This is for Jenna. Jenna, you two are very much soulmated. And we've talked a little bit about how I use that word soulmated. I honestly feel like you two more brother and sister. You've definitely been brother and sister before. I feel like that's more of the energy of the relationship this time around. I think that ultimately that's going to be the healthiest and best for you guys, and where you're going to be the happiest. There's someone else for you. This relationship is comfortable, and something you remember, but it's not ultimately, I feel like, the one for you. Okay. He's a great guy and you have a great relationship. But, your brother, sister, like if you said to me, should we remain friends? I'd be like, you should be best friends the rest of your lives. Yes. Okay. Go. First time watching. Hi, Stephanie. I would like to ask a question. I'm overly anxious all the time. I never feel my loved ones that have passed on. Does my anxious energy block that? Thanks. I think there's an animal in Stephanie's picture. If I grab my glasses, I could see.
Yes,
okay, so
a koala.
I thought it was a koala. See, I will never put my glasses on. Okay, first off, the obvious answer is yes, because you already know that, but let me go check in. Stephanie. Hold on, Stephanie. I gotta go. There's something going on with you. Not bad, not like Malia. There's animals surrounding you. They're protecting you from something. There's you have this ring of animals that surround you. They're protecting you from something. What is it? What is it? What is it? Relationship. Your interactions with your partners are okay. So there's a couple things going on with you. Your interactions with your partners is giving your partners, meaning love relationships, and maybe even some best friends. There's some stress there. There's some, what is it? It's like you're being blocked by relationships. It may be work. You have this halo of animals that are your spirit guides that you aren't talking to. They're barrier to your loved ones up here. There's something you need to work through that's causing the anxiety. Call on your spirit guides. There's a unicorn up there. Fairies. Cat. Call on your animal guides to help remove this layer of anxiety. It's relating to a specific relationship. Then you'll be able to connect. Okay. Thank you, Stephanie, for watching. Devin, will I buy a home soon? Oh, that was an immediate yes, I heard. Might take you a minute to sell if you have a place for it. Something that take a little bit longer than you think. If you have to sell your home, it feels like it might take a minute to sell that. Or if that's not true, if you're renting, it feels like the home that you want, they haven't put on the market yet. Yes, January-ish. Are my husband and I getting back together? Miss Lady J, let me see if I can do it without your real name. Or is that an I or is it a J? Doesn't matter, I guess. Are my husband and I getting back together? I'm being asked, why do you want to get back with him? I'm being asked for you to ask yourself that. Why do you want to get back with him? And if it's a one-word answer, like love or I love him, there's another reason. And that reason is not enough. They keep saying, why do you want to get back together with him? Keep asking yourself that. Put that in your daily practice, in your meditation. You're going to get an answer that'll shock you. Well, let me go back. Kathy can stay there, but going back to the other reading, Miss Lady, the answer will shock you because you're in love with him, quote unquote, for a reason that isn't love. It's like a unhealthy, not unhealthy, it's just a old connection that makes you feel safe. It's not really what's best for you anymore. Okay. Will I ever buy my own home? Kathy Ann. Kathy, hi Kathy. I know you, Kathy. Kathy, yes. Why do you feel like you don't deserve a new home? That's the question. Why are you feeling, I don't want to say victimized, it's kind of a big word, but like shy, like I'm not worthy. That's what you need to look at. Not will I ever buy my own home, but why do I not feel worthy of my own home? There you go. I've got, oh my God, I just shuffled all my decks together. Can you tell if it's my mom or dad who's giving me visitations? Please, Craig. I might grab my glasses for this one. I just put all my cards. I took 2 decks, Rick, and I shuffled them together. I think Malia's Beast got to me.
Well,
Beast / rabbit.
There's beast mode, right? So, you know, it's a different thing.
Craig. Your mom is who's visiting you. Your dad is watching your mom and laughing at her. Meaning, like, your dad is like, leave your kid alone. He'll hear you when it's time. What? They're funny. I don't know if they were funny in body, but they're funny now. And your mom's like being a mom still, where she's just like, she'll be like, did you grab your jacket? Did you like stuff like that? And your dad's like, leave the kid alone. But your mom isn't good with boundaries. I don't know what she was like in body, if she was overprotective, but right now there's a boundary issue happening, meaning like, again, this is funny. Your dad's like, dude, give him some space. Like she's coming into your space, but she also like it's all positive. So if you're having a negative experience, it's not her, it's something else. This is all positive. Like I almost seems like she's coming in and cleaning your place up or something, or like reminding you to put your jacket on, and like she's funny. Yeah, it's totally them. You got a lot going on at that house. That's funny. Tessa, hi Tessa. Why am I waking with headaches? Hold on. There's something you have been repressing. There's a heaviness. There's feels like there's like a heaviness on you. Like it's kind of feels like when you have congestion, there's like your head's congested. It might be allergies, actually. 2 things. They're saying 1 is allergies. 2, there's something that's been weighing on you, holding like heavy. There's something heavy sitting on you that you're not ready to look at. It's actually it's sitting on your heart, but because there's allergies happening, the 2 are combining here. Something sitting heavy on your heart. Okay. You got to find that out, Tessa, in your practice.
Just a moment. One of our friends.
Hi, Aaron. Sarah. Sarah's saying why don't you believe in you? the way I do? Why don't you believe in yourself? Why don't you believe that you have the capability to be more and do more? Why are you holding yourself back? And I was able, just for those watching, I know Aaron and I know Sarah, so that's why I didn't ask for photos and more information, because I already know all that. Okay. Rocky. Rocky. Hi, thanks for watching. You know what I would recommend, since you're a little bit skeptic, which is totally fine. I would want you email me a photo of you and your mom, because when people are a little bit skeptic, they can block stuff sometimes for me. But if you email me a photo of you and your mom, then next Sunday I can absolutely send that message to you. If I could see your photo, then I could do it, but I can't see your face. So make sure you reach out to me. I'd love to be able to open you up.
And I'm just going to put this up here as an example, because I don't necessarily know if you do, but this is why we also ask for very specific questions.
Yeah, let's go for something more specific, Anthea. You can email me also if you're looking for, what's your question? Love, career?
Yep. Let's see. This almost falls into that category, but I'll share it anyway.
Sharon, wondering if there are any messages from my So here's how these are all fair questions. But this is how I work. When you guys want something like that, I want to make sure I have a picture of you, and then I'd like to get more specific on what it is. Even when people pay me for readings, I'll say, what's an example of something you want to know? Because there's other psychics that can do that can just offer random messages. That's just not my forte. So I want to know something specific, and then I can connect with them and ask them that specific question, and then it opens up, and it's like, oh, okay. So Sharon, email me, send me your photo, and send me something specific you want me to ask them, and we'll see where that goes. Maria, I'm assuming, will your son be happy again? His name is Joel. Your son is going through some difficult times, obviously, and you be patient with him. Allow him, give him another 2 years. He will find it, but it's going to take him some time. You don't have to worry, even though you're a mom, you will worry. I'm just meaning like nothing life-threatening. Just know that it's going to take some time, and you just kind of sitting back, being there if he needs you. I know it's a hard thing to do as a mom, but he's going to be okay. You just got to give him about a year or two.
Okay, so we do have a couple more, but actually in this case, Athena was hanging out, so Athena did have a specific question.
Okay, good. Do you see anything in my career? Right now, I feel like you're chasing something that's moving farther. Like every time you get close to something, it moves farther away. The reason for that is you're going after something that you're going after something that isn't you anymore, that doesn't suit you anymore, and it's about realizing I feel like it's not that you're experiencing a ton of rejection. Maybe you are, but it's like, stop. If something is rejecting you, if something is not moving in your favor, they're saying it's because you're being asked to shift careers, change, stop going down the same path. There's something else. You need to find that, though. You can stop. The path you're on right now is it's too familiar. It's too old. It's time for something else. And I don't even know that you're aware of what that something else is just yet. Get into your daily practice. Join me Sundays at 12:30. Where we're manifesting for 2021. That would be a great place for you, for us to get to the bottom of that.
Jordan.
Hi, Jordan.
Is back here. He's actually one of our more intuitive.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know Jordan. And Jordan, you do what I do. My gosh, I know your face because I can feel you with me. You remote view like I do. You can bring yourself to locations and feel what's there and see what's there. Dude, you've got this. So you don't need me to tell you. You're crazy. You've got all kinds of gifts. Don't like using the word gifts. Super senses. That's the new word I like to use because it's not a gift. We all have it. You see for sure, you feel for sure, and you travel for sure. Do you need more? You also see dead people. I was just shown that. Yes, we know.
So a lot of talents running the gambit there. Miss Lady J, actually, we did answer your question earlier, so perhaps you missed that, and you could actually watch that in the on demand. One last question, it looks like.
Is there any messages from my love, Zachy Tams? Kelly. Oh, that feels sad. Sad. I feel sadness. Missed, lost, like a Romeo and Juliet type thing. Just a lot of sadness. Probably I'm feeling you, Kelly, is my guess. Zachy is there and isn't going anywhere until you are ready. It's important that you move on with your life. It's so important that you seek happiness. And it's important that you know that I will be here guiding you every step of the way, and that you are supposed to live a life filled with love and laughter. You are supposed to meet new people and have new love in your life. And I will be there to help you. Wow, you guys go lifetimes back. I'm sorry, but you got this.
Wow. All right, folks. So in case we didn't get to your question, I think there may have been a couple of those. Then as the little scroll that's been running across your screen says, send that question to maryamlive@unexplainedcases.com. And how that works would be at the top of the live reading segment next weekend. Yours will be first in the queue, and then we work through the ones that are dropped into the comments. And so we appreciate everybody for doing that. Couple of quick items of business. For one thing, this is actually last weekend that we're going to be live on Paranormal Warehouse. So if you are watching there, you will need to move over to one of our other channels. And so we simulcast on several locations. You've got Unexplained Cases, Facebook and YouTube. You've got Maryam the Medium's Facebook and YouTube. You've got Pun TV. We're in a lot of places. So feel free to check us out at those locations. And if you have any questions, put those in the comments. I can help direct you. One last thing, because it is tonight at 10 o'clock.
Hey everyone, Darren Dedo coming up on Unexplained Cases Live. Got a great show for you. We're going to have the one and only Mike Ricksecker. He is an author. He is a paranormal investigator. He's also a ghostarian. How about that name? Well, we're going to talk with Mike about his famous books that he's written about history, haunts, and legends in America. In addition to the creepy conversation, we're off to the plains for a remote viewing of the legendary Stone Lion Inn in beautiful Guthrie, Oklahoma. Yeah, it's famous for apparitions, voices from the dead, and phantom kids who like to reach out and touch somebody. Yikes. Maryam will remote view into the paranormal hotspot in the Sooner State to get us some answers about the ghosts of Guthrie. Unexplained Cases Live Sunday at 10 p.m. on the East Coast, 7 on the West Coast.
Tonight, Unexplained Cases Live. Be there. It's going to be fascinating, interesting as always. And we look forward to seeing you then. Until, have a good one.